Are you tired of feeling like your blood sugar is on a roller coaster, high one moment, crashing the next? Maybe your doctor has warned you that you're borderline diabetic, and now you're wondering what you can do to stop things from getting worse. You're not alone. In the United States, over 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 has diabetes, and many more have prediabetes without even knowing it. Left unchecked, high blood sugar can lead to serious complications, affecting your energy, memory, vision, heart health, and overall quality of life. But here's the good news: managing your blood sugar doesn't have to mean giving up everything you love. In fact, some of the most powerful tools for blood sugar control are simple foods you may already enjoy. In this video, you'll discover 5 science-backed foods that help stabilize blood sugar naturally, without extreme diets, expensive supplements, or complicated recipes. We'll show you exactly how each food works, what makes it effective, and easy ways to add it to your meals starting today. These aren't magic bullets, but with consistency and smart choices, they can help you take back control of your health, one bite at a time. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it if you liked this video. It helps me keep sharing more important lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Also, if you enjoy this video, please comment 1. If you don't, comment 0 so I know how to improve. Now, let's get started. Let's start with an ancient grain that's making a modern comeback, quinoa. Pronounced quinoa, this small but mighty seed is a nutritional powerhouse that can play a big role in stabilizing blood sugar. Unlike white rice or other high glycemic grains that cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, quinoa has a low glycemic index of around 53, meaning it breaks down slowly in the body. This slow digestion helps release glucose into your bloodstream at a steadier rate, keeping those sugar highs and lows at bay. But that's not all. Just 1 cooked cup of quinoa provides about 8 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber, which are 2 key nutrients for blood sugar control. Protein helps your body repair tissues and stay full longer, while fiber slows the absorption of sugar from food, giving your insulin system a much-needed break. In short, quinoa keeps you fuller, longer, and helps prevent overeating, which is crucial if you're trying to maintain a healthy weight or manage prediabetes. Now, how do you actually eat it? Quinoa is incredibly versatile. Think of it like a blank canvas. You can dress it up sweet or savory. Try using it in place of white rice or pasta as a healthier side dish. Add it to salads for a hearty texture and nutty flavor, or serve it warm in a breakfast bowl topped with cinnamon, berries, and a handful of chopped nuts. It even works in soups, stews, or as a base for veggie bowls. Just remember to rinse it thoroughly before cooking. Quinoa naturally has a coating called saponins that can taste bitter if not washed off. A quick rinse in a mesh strainer under cold water will do the trick. Cook it just like rice, 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa, and simmer until fluffy. The key lesson here? Swapping out high glycemic grains like white rice or white bread for quinoa can be one of the simplest yet most powerful moves for your blood sugar. Think of it as a steady burning fuel that gives your body sustained energy, instead of a sugar rush followed by a crash. For many older adults, this can mean more stable energy throughout the day, fewer cravings, and a reduced risk of insulin resistance, the condition that often leads to type 2 diabetes. That said, quinoa isn't a miracle food. Like any carbohydrate, portion control matters. A heaping plateful can still lead to too many calories and too much starch. A good rule of thumb is about half a cup to 1 cup of cooked quinoa per meal, depending on your individual needs and activity level. And while it's a great alternative, it's not a cure. Quinoa should be part of a balanced, whole foods-based diet, alongside leafy greens, lean proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of water. So, what's the science behind quinoa's blood sugar benefits? Because it's high in fiber and protein and has a low glycemic index, it digests slowly, meaning it doesn't flood your bloodstream with sugar. That helps your pancreas produce less insulin at once, reducing the stress on your system. Over time, this can improve insulin sensitivity and decrease your risk of developing diabetes. In other words, adding quinoa to your meals is not just delicious, it's a small, sustainable step toward better blood sugar and better health. Next up are chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, which are a true superstar when it comes to stabilizing blood sugar and supporting overall metabolic health. These small, round legumes have been a dietary staple for thousands of years in Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and Indian cuisines, and today, science confirms their impressive benefits for blood sugar control. One cooked cup of chickpeas contains about 15 grams of protein and a remarkable 12.5 grams of fiber, much of which is the soluble kind. The kind that forms a gel-like substance in your gut and slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This process helps prevent those sharp post-meal glucose spikes that can strain your insulin system and lead to type 2 diabetes over time. In fact, studies published in the Journal of Nutrition have shown that regular consumption of legumes like chickpeas can help reduce HbA1c levels, which is a long-term measure of blood sugar control. Chickpeas are incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet and can be used in both hot and cold dishes. One of the most popular ways to enjoy them is in hummus, a creamy spread made from blended chickpeas, olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic. Spread it on whole grain toast, dip raw veggies into it, or even use it as a sandwich filling. You can also toss chickpeas into salads to add heartiness and texture or stir them into soups and stews for extra fiber and plant-based protein. If you're looking for a crunchy snack, roasted chickpeas seasoned with spices like paprika or cumin are a satisfying, diabetes-friendly option. For a simple meal idea, combine chickpeas with quinoa, chopped vegetables, and a light vinaigrette for a high-fiber, high-protein bowl that's both filling and blood sugar-friendly. The takeaway here is that regularly eating chickpeas can help you maintain better blood sugar levels by slowing digestion and promoting satiety. This means you'll feel fuller longer and be less tempted to reach for sugary snacks in between meals. Over time, this helps prevent the insulin resistance that often leads to diabetes, especially as we age. And because chickpeas are rich in protein without the saturated fat found in many animal products, they also support heart health, another major concern for older adults managing blood sugar. However, it's important to be mindful of a couple of things. First, if you're buying canned chickpeas, be sure to choose low-sodium options or rinse them thoroughly under water to remove excess salt. This is particularly important if you're watching your blood pressure. Second, because chickpeas are high in fiber, introduce them gradually if you're not used to eating a lot of fiber-rich foods. Eating too many chickpeas at once, especially if your gut isn't used to them, can lead to gas or bloating. From a scientific standpoint, chickpeas are powerful because their soluble fiber slows down carbohydrate absorption, which reduces the need for a large insulin response. This not only smooths out blood sugar levels after meals but may improve insulin sensitivity over time. All in all, chickpeas are a delicious, affordable, and accessible way to protect your blood sugar and your long-term health, with just a few tasty servings a week. Now let's talk about something simple, fragrant, and already sitting in most kitchen cabinets: cinnamon. This warm, comforting spice is more than just a flavor booster, it has powerful effects on blood sugar regulation. Research shows that cinnamon may help improve insulin sensitivity, lower fasting blood glucose levels, and reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. It works in part by mimicking the effects of insulin and helping glucose enter cells more efficiently. One study published in Diabetes Care found that consuming as little as 1 gram, about 1/2 teaspoon, of cinnamon daily for several weeks significantly reduced blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes. For older adults trying to manage or prevent diabetes, this is an easy and natural tool to keep in your arsenal. Cinnamon is incredibly easy to incorporate into your daily routine. Try sprinkling 1/2 to 1 teaspoon on your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or cottage cheese. Add it to smoothies, baked goods, or even coffee for a sweet flavor without adding sugar. It pairs beautifully with fruits like apples, bananas, and berries, and works well in savory dishes like stews and roasted vegetables too. The key is consistency. It's better to have a small amount every day than to use a large amount once in a while. Think of it as a daily ritual to support your metabolic health, not a quick fix. However, not all cinnamon is created equal. The most common type sold in grocery stores is cassia cinnamon, which contains a compound called coumarin. In large amounts, coumarin can be harmful to the liver, especially when taken over long periods. That's why it's better to use Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled as true cinnamon, which has much lower levels of coumarin and is safer for daily use. If you use cinnamon often and want to get the maximum health benefit without potential side effects, look for Ceylon at health food stores or online. It may be a little more expensive, but it's worth it for long-term health. So what's really happening in the body when you eat cinnamon? Scientists believe that compounds like cinnamaldehyde and polyphenol in cinnamon help activate insulin receptors on cells, increasing their ability to take in glucose from the bloodstream. This can lead to better blood sugar control and potentially less demand on the pancreas. Over time, improved insulin sensitivity helps prevent the development of type 2 diabetes, especially in people with prediabetes or metabolic syndrome. Cinnamon also has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, which further support overall health and may reduce complications linked to high blood sugar, such as heart disease and nerve damage. Of course, cinnamon isn't a cure for diabetes, and it won't cancel out the effects of a high-sugar diet. But when combined with a balanced eating pattern rich in whole grains, vegetables, healthy fats, and lean proteins, cinnamon becomes a helpful ally in your blood sugar toolbox. It's affordable, accessible, and adds natural flavor, making it one of the easiest dietary changes you can make. So the next time you reach for that cinnamon shaker, know that you're not just seasoning your food, you're supporting your body in a meaningful way. Let's move on to a sweet, juicy favorite that many people already enjoy: strawberries. Not only are they delicious and refreshing, but they also offer powerful blood sugar benefits, especially for older adults looking to prevent or manage diabetes. With a glycemic index of around 40, strawberries are considered a low GI fruit, meaning they don't cause sharp spikes in blood sugar after eating. They're also high in fiber, with about 3 grams per cup, which helps slow down digestion and reduce the rate at which sugar enters the bloodstream. But what really makes strawberries stand out is their high content of anthocyanins, a type of antioxidant that gives them their vibrant red color and plays a direct role in blood sugar control. Studies published in the Journal of Nutrition have shown that anthocyanins can inhibit enzymes that break down carbohydrates, effectively slowing glucose absorption and improving insulin sensitivity over time. Strawberries are easy to enjoy in so many ways. You can eat them fresh as a snack, blend them into a smoothie, or slice them on top of your morning cereal or oatmeal. They pair especially well with protein-rich foods like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, creating a balanced snack that won't spike your blood sugar. You can also toss strawberries into salads for a pop of sweetness or use them in homemade desserts like chia pudding or fruit parfaits. When paired with a protein or healthy fat, such as nuts or seeds, the sugar in strawberries is digested even more slowly, leading to better blood sugar control throughout the day. One of the key takeaways with strawberries, and fruit in general, is to choose whole fruit over fruit juice. While whole strawberries contain fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, fruit juice lacks fiber and can lead to a rapid rise in blood glucose. Even 100% strawberry juice, without added sugar, can still overwhelm the system because of how quickly the natural sugars are absorbed when fiber is removed. So, enjoy strawberries in their whole, fresh form whenever possible. Of course, even with healthy fruit, moderation is important. 1 cup of strawberries contains about 8 grams of natural sugar, so it's best to stick to 1 to 2 cups per day, especially if you're closely watching your carbohydrate intake. And because strawberries are often sprayed with pesticides, be sure to wash them thoroughly before eating, or consider buying organic when possible, especially during peak season when prices are lower. From a scientific perspective, strawberries do more than just taste good. The anthocyanins they contain not only slow carb digestion but also help reduce inflammation, which is a key factor in insulin resistance and many chronic diseases. Additionally, their antioxidant properties support overall cellular health and protect against complications often linked to diabetes, such as heart disease and nerve damage. In summary, strawberries are a smart, tasty, and nutritious addition to a blood sugar-friendly diet. They're naturally sweet, packed with fiber and antioxidants, and easy to incorporate into your daily meals. By swapping processed sweets for fresh strawberries, you can satisfy your cravings and support your health at the same time, one delicious bite at a time. Finally, let's talk about one of the most underrated foods for blood sugar health, pumpkin seeds. Also known as pepitas, these small, green seeds are nutritional powerhouses that deliver big benefits in tiny servings. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, about a small handful, contains 12 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, and an impressive 535 milligrams of magnesium, a mineral that plays a key role in regulating blood sugar and insulin function. Magnesium is often lacking in the diets of older adults, and research published in the journal Nutrients shows that higher magnesium intake is associated with improved insulin sensitivity and a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Pumpkin seeds also contain healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which help keep you full and slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly easy to add to your diet and can be enjoyed in both savory and sweet dishes. Try sprinkling them on salads, soups, or roasted vegetables for a satisfying crunch. You can also stir them into oatmeal or yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or use them to make a homemade pesto. Lightly roasting them without oil or salt brings out their natural flavor while keeping the sodium and calories in check. If you prefer snacking, a small handful of plain, unsalted pumpkin seeds makes for a nutrient-dense and blood sugar-friendly alternative to chips or crackers. They're portable, require no preparation, and keep well in your pantry, making them perfect for busy days or travel. The main lesson here is that small amounts of nutrient-dense foods like pumpkin seeds can have a big impact on metabolic health. Because they're high in calories, around 160 calories per ounce, portion control is important. But don't let the calorie count scare you. The fiber, protein, and healthy fats in pumpkin seeds make them extremely satisfying, which can help curb appetite and reduce the temptation to reach for sugary or processed snacks. For those managing blood sugar, this can mean fewer spikes and crashes throughout the day, and more stable energy levels. It's also worth noting that magnesium doesn't just help with insulin function, it supports hundreds of bodily processes, including muscle function, nerve health, and blood pressure regulation. That's why pumpkin seeds are especially valuable for older adults, who may be more prone to both magnesium deficiency and insulin resistance. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds can provide over 100% of your daily magnesium needs, making them one of the best natural sources available. Scientifically, The reason pumpkin seeds are so effective for blood sugar control lies in how magnesium helps cells respond more efficiently to insulin and move glucose out of the blood and into the muscles and tissues where it's needed. When magnesium levels are low, the body may become more insulin resistant, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. By regularly including magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds in your diet, you're helping your body manage sugar more effectively without relying on supplements or medications. In summary, pumpkin seeds may be small, but they're mighty. Packed with protein, fiber, healthy fats, and magnesium, they support blood sugar balance, reduce insulin resistance, and promote overall metabolic health. With just one small serving a day, you can take a powerful step toward preventing diabetes, deliciously and naturally. Now that we've explored these 5 powerful foods, let's talk about how to make them part of your real, everyday life, without stress or complicated meal plans. The great news is that you don't need to overhaul your entire diet to take control of your blood sugar. It's all about small, smart swaps that you can enjoy and sustain over time. For example, a simple day might start with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh strawberries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This breakfast is packed with fiber, antioxidants, and flavor, without the sugar crash. At lunchtime, instead of a sandwich on white bread or a plate of pasta, try a quinoa and chickpea salad with colorful vegetables and a light vinaigrette. It's hearty, satisfying, and designed to keep your blood sugar steady all afternoon. When you need a snack, skip the cookies or crackers and reach for a small handful of pumpkin seeds. You'll get protein, healthy fats, and magnesium all in one crunchy bite. These simple choices don't require special ingredients, expensive supplements, or long hours in the kitchen, just a little planning and the willingness to try something new. Let's take a moment to review the 5 foods we covered today. Quinoa, a low-glycemic grain rich in fiber and protein that provides lasting energy. Chickpeas, a fiber-packed legume that helps blunt glucose spikes and supports insulin sensitivity. Cinnamon, a warming spice that can naturally lower fasting blood sugar and improve insulin response. Strawberries, low GI fruits full of antioxidants that slow sugar absorption. And pumpkin seeds, magnesium-rich bites that help your cells use insulin more effectively. Each of these foods works in a different way to help stabilize blood sugar, making them excellent tools in your everyday nutrition plan. But here's the real secret: it's not about perfection, it's about consistency and moderation. You don't have to eat all 5 foods every single day. Even adding 1 or 2 of these regularly can make a meaningful difference over time. The goal isn't a perfect diet, it's a better one, made of smart choices that you can stick with. So here's your simple call to action. This week, choose just one of these 5 foods and try adding it to your meals. Maybe you'll top your breakfast with cinnamon, snack on pumpkin seeds, or make a quinoa salad for lunch. See how you feel, and notice the difference in your energy and appetite. When you're ready, add another one. And don't forget to share your journey. Leave a comment below and let me know which food you're starting with. Or better yet, send this video to a friend or loved one who might also benefit from these easy, evidence-based tips. Because when it comes to blood sugar, prevention truly is the best medicine, and it starts with small, delicious, everyday decisions. Thanks for watching. Start with one of today's 5 blood sugar-friendly foods and feel the difference. In our next video, discover the top 5 foods to boost your immune system and fight infections naturally. Don't miss it. Your health journey continues with simple, powerful choices you can make every day.